Okay, so here we are back in a Coffin car, and I didn't do really much to the Coffin car. I set up the seat, but I think that was in last week's video. We got the seat in there. I did put the cover back on, the front cover, just to see what I have for room. And I do have a fair amount of room over here where I don't think I'm going to need to actually cut into the top of what's considered the hood. And pretty much, I don't know, we're going to see how it looks. We're going to see once it's all mocked up with the headlights and to see if the look is there that we need. If not, I could always, I actually came up with an idea for a hood scoop using a Harley Davidson, an old vintage Coffin tank. I may have one, I might have to buy one, I'm not sure. But taking a Coffin tank and creating it as a scoop by taking the bottom of the tank out and just opening up the front and grading the front and making it look like a scoop, but it'll have the Coffin theme because it is a coffin. So the bulk of my concentration this week was cleanup and some kind of organization, getting all the old parts together and basically getting stuff out of here and in storage. I still have to, you can't see it, to the right of the camera. My left, your right. I have two shelves that are full of, just the tools and stuff that was on the ground. I got them up in the air at this point. I have a bunch of the old Chevelle car parts sitting on the ground here that need to, I got to find storage for it. I'm out of storage at this point. So the bulk of what I did for the last several days was cleanup. We were going to get the bumpers on the Chevelle. However, both my kids were here. It was kind of a plan that we had. But we had other things to do and family and things like that, so we just never got out here to do this. And, this again, it's a car, it's not important. It would have been great to get it done, but I came up with a new solution to how I could work a little more efficient by myself. And I purchased basically a forklift. They call it a stacker. It's a portable forklift. You push it kind of like a hand truck, and it's a 2,200 pound capacity. And the forks, I believe, are 44 inches long, maybe 46. So the goal is that I can use that forklift to get this car to the ground, because it has to get to the ground for me to continue what I got to work on. So I got to get the firewall, I got to get the tunnel done, and a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you can see on the floor here, but I got a box pan brake that, at this point, I'm going to have to consider it a waste of money because I just purchased a new product that's actually going to do the bending. It's got the pan brake setup. It's going to do roll, so I could roll my pieces, and it's also going to roll round stock, and it's also going to shear up to, I think it's 20 gauge metal, which is more than enough for the projects I do here. Anything heavier, I have a 30 ton or 40 ton shear, or whatever it is at the shop, that'll shear, up to, I believe, a quarter inch, maybe heavier. So if I need anything sheared heavy, I just do it down there. And but I do want to have the ability to shear small stuff here, so this way I'm not running back and forth like like an idiot. So basically, we got Henry. Henry finally came in handy. He finally did something for us here. And he sat in the seat, and Henry's pretty comfortable, at least that's what he tells me. And he can reach the gas pedal, well, the gas pedal's not there yet, but he could reach where the gas pedal's going to be. He could reach where the brake is. He is a full-size skeleton, so basically, we can go with his body dimensions and know we have a fair amount of room. And one of the things that I didn't really like was having a seat up this high. But in order for that geometry to work, the seat had to go up high. Because the higher the seat went, the more leg room you ended up with. So, Henry finally did something. Finally helped me. But as you can see, though, now he's just not talking. He's not doing anything. He acts like he's dead half the time, and I don't understand why. But at least he got that done for me. So, we're going to do a little walking around here in a minute. I'll take the camera off. But I was telling you about the stacker. So the stacker is just a mini forklift, a hand-operated forklift. It's hydraulic. I didn't buy the electric one because that's, number one, it's too much money, and I don't need anything like that here. So once I get this car down, I can do the bumpers myself with the stacker, because I'll be able to lift that bumper up and move it in, move it out, and I'll be able to work comfortably. And of course, the stacker, where it's going to be contacting the bumper and all that, I'm going to create some carpet sleeves for it, so we don't start scratching and hacking everything up. And also, I pulled the rear end out of storage for the Coffin car. I got the axles in front of the compressor. I don't have my monitor, so I got to keep walking here to look at my monitor to see what you guys can see. But I noticed that it didn't come with bearings. It's supposed to come with bearings, but I bought the rear end such a long time ago that I just ordered a set of bearings and seals for it and the lock ring. So those will be here in a couple days, and I could press those at any time. It's not like I need them tomorrow, but I want to grab and buy stuff as I know I need it, so as I start getting to the stage of putting the rear together, I have what I need. So basically, clean up. That was my biggest concentration. It was something I could do without help. And we can walk around Chevelle. Chevelle went back about 4 feet, I want to say. And I could go back a little further, but I have a setup table behind it. And I also have, there's something else back there. I can't remember what it is now. Oh, well, part of the rotisserie is still back there. Once I move that, I could pick up another approximate 2 feet, so I can really get it back there. And I could move this project a little bit away from the door and be a little more comfortable with it. And that's what we're going to do. That'll happen in the next few weeks. As soon as the stacker comes, I'll be able to get a lot done. Even though the stacker is going to be able to handle this, just for safety factor, I'm still, when I'm bringing this down because of the weight transfer, it's really heavy in the front here, it's lighter in the back. So obviously the stacker is going to be forward more when I lift this. And just for, safety, I'll probably have one or both of my sons just kind of help hold it, kind of balance it, so this way we don't have a problem. But all the weight will be on the stacker, so nobody has to break their back to lift it up. And getting back to the hood here, I don't know if I mentioned, but everything's going to fit under this hood. I don't have to cut anything. However, once I'm getting to that point of final mock-up with the headlights and the tombstone, the radiator, and everything in place, I'm going to see how it looks. Do I need a little more height or whatever? And my idea for a hood scoop is to get a old, a Harley Coffin tank and cut the bottom out, cut the front out, for air induction, and create my own scoop. And it'll be a Coffin, hence Coffin car, so we got a little matchy stuff going on over there. And then the gas tank. I started playing around with some cardboard to figure out what I want to do back here. So I'm going to coil over. So I had it set up, when I originally welded this frame, when I made this frame, I originally set it up for coils, for regular coils. I wasn't going to go with coilover shocks, but now, being that it's a little more open and everything else, I decided to go with the coilovers, which I'll show you. I put them together already. So I'm going to have to not necessarily cut the complete mounts out, but I'm going to have to take the top wings off, and when I pop the camera off, I'll show you what I mean. So this way I could get a flat piece of metal there and, get a tank in there, or maybe create a box to put the tank in. I'm not sure yet. This is something we got to get to, and, I want it to look somewhat mechanical, but I do want it slightly clean also. I don't want it to be all hacked up. I want the job to look good. So, let's pop the camera off and walk around a little bit. As I tell you every week, I'm not a cameraman. Okay, so let's do a little walk around. As you can see, the top is here. And there's Henry just smiling like a dope. And if we look down here, we see Henry fits in there pretty good. So the brake is right about where his foot is. The gas pedal is going to be approximately where that foot is. The firewall is kind of tilted right now because I have to scribe the final firewall so I could cut it out of steel. And back here, as you can see, like, we got room now. Look, we could actually walk. I got all the jacks and stuff back there, so got to find some storage for some of this stuff to get it out of here. But some of the jacks and things I kind of need here because I'm constantly using them. And here's the wings I was talking about. I'm going to have to cut these off because I originally put these back on here as a gusset for strength. And I was set up originally to put just regular coils on top of the rear. But that went out the window, and I decided to go with coilovers. It'll look better. We're going to need to cover this. We're going to need to cover this and create a little shelf back here so we could put a gas tank back here. And I don't know if I'm going to go with like a keg style tank. Excuse me. This is not going to go far. It's just going to be something to have a little fun and maybe go down, you know, run through town and come home. So we're not going to be using a lot of fuel. And that's about it. I just put this piece of angle here just to kind of see what it looks like if I got to clean up the edge. So, you know, we got some nice clean seams where the metal is going to come together so it doesn't look bad. And that's about it. So let's take a look here. Here's the pan. I haven't even used it. It's still on the original crate. But I'm not going to sell it. I may take this to the shop because I don't have a box pan brake at the shop. I have a big 8-foot brake, but not a pan style. So maybe I'll just relocate this to the shop, or I'll put it in the bike shop in case I got to do anything over there so I don't have to keep walking around. Even though the other one is going to be portable, it's going to be on wheels. So here's some more room. We could actually walk. We could walk all the way, and actually we don't have to like trip to go into the bathroom. So we could walk into the bathroom like normal people now instead of climbing over stuff. So little by little, you know, it's getting there. I throw a seat in here just in a couple boxes just to get some of the stuff off the ground. And I'll show you the coilovers when I put the camera back up. And here's like some extra parts. These are mostly all original parts that need to be boxed up and gone. And there's our shelving. It looks like a mess, but the shelves are fairly organized. So the goal is to clean up that wall there and put the shelves up against there, towards the front mostly. And I think we'll be in good shape because all the stuff, tools, everything I use is on these shelves. So let's get this back on and finish up. Alright, let me grab one of the coilovers. So basically I got these coilovers from Speedway, and they came in, basically it came as a shock, a spring, and an installation kit. So basically I put it all together, and it came in this really cool sock, I guess you would call it. The spring did. So, but now the whole you know, assembly will fit in here, so it keeps it from getting banged up and scratched and whatnot. So that was pretty cool to have this little bag, and then once the shocks are on the vehicle, I can use the bag for something else. So it's in really good shape too. It's a real heavy bag. It's not like garbage. It's actually a really nice bag. Okay, let's put these back. And as you can tell, I'm really tired today. It was kind of like a crazy 4 days. You know, Thanksgiving, trying to clean up in here, just getting ready because we got a nice cold snap, and I just wanted to make sure that all the water was off everywhere. Sprinklers were blown out. The pool, the spa for the most part is all taken care of. I do have to blow the pipes out. My shop vac decided to crap out, so I have another one. Don't know where it is. I think it's in the bike shop. I'll have to find it. So I just got to blow a couple of hoses out, but or a couple of lines. But outdoors, I think we're in good shape for now. And that's about it. So you know, hopefully the stacker arrives. They say between the 4th and the 9th, so hopefully it arrives this week, and I could get this car down for the next video. Hopefully we can get a little more in depth, you know, get the radiator out here and really start kind of mocking it up to the point of where it starts to look like a vehicle. I mean, it doesn't look bad now, but it'll be cool to see the lights on, and you know, and that's the other thing. I got to find the lights and all the lighting I bought for it. I have no idea what I did with it. So hopefully it's not in storage up here, because at that point it'd be easier to buy new ones. But that's about it, guys. So hopefully everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. Please like, subscribe, ask any questions, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.